Hello! So a while back, I had this idea to predict what the Gigantics were going to be for the new More Mass Mutation set. So Royce from the Ragamancer's channel and I completed these drawings. I did Mad Penny and Royce did Gizelheart Unbound. So these were some predictions we did. So then I came up with some concepts for other ones and began work on a drawing. And the drawing's now done, and so I've made my prediction for the cards that have already been released. So first I'll talk about the card that I came up with, and then I'll talk about the artwork itself. So, introducing Bonesaw and Ortanu! So Bonesaw has gotten into the Dark Amber, and it's become a mutant itself, and decided to bust Ortanu out of its chains to have an evil helper. So now Ortanu kind of has to do Bonesaw's bidding. So as part of Bonesaw's mutation, it got the Gigantism perk, I guess. And so it increased from 6 power to 9 power. And then Ortanu is suppose greater in power because it's not chained anymore. So now their powers are added together to 18 power, you know, a real gigantic, a proper gigantic. And so in the text box we got Bonesaw and Ortanu enters play ready and enraged. Yeah, that's right. Just comes in ready with a quasi drawback, I guess. And then it has Assault 2 and Splash Attack 2 because Ortanu is using its chains against its enemies now. It's sending them forth with its evil psychic energy, and it's assisting in Bonesaw's attack there. And then it has After Fight, Enrage, Bonesaw, and Ortanu. So you're just going to be fighting with it all day. That's what it does best. So why do anything else? And I haven't come up with any clever flavor text yet. So here's the drawing in all of its glory. We have, in the foreground, we have Bonesaw. And right behind him is Ortanu, sending forth its chains with waves of psychic energy. And they're in Hub City Central Park. And Bonesaw and Ortanu are presumably attacking some other gigantic creature. And so there's this gigantic creature battle happening in the middle of the city. And so all these people are escaping Central Park there because I guess they were hanging out and partying or something. I don't know. And so they're spilling out across the street here. There's a street with a bunch of cars, and they're actually coming across a saurian beast chariot. So this dinosaur is very scared because now it's surrounded by all these panicked people, and it's like, oh no, what do I do? Where do I go? And its chariot is getting overturned, and the saurian in there is getting thrown out. So it's like, ah! And there's actually another truck behind the saurian. So I was using a 120 color set, and so this drawing uses about 40 colors maybe. And so I have a green truck right next to some green foliage, but they're different greens. And then over in the lower left-hand corner, there's some more people escaping through an alley, and so they're sort of creating a traffic obstruction there. And up that building, at the top on the roof, there's a squad of Sanctum Knights. And so they're trying to assess the situation and see what they can do, because the knight in the middle has a harpoon gun, and the knight on the right is pointing its sword like, over there, shoot him. So then they're standing on a row of buildings, and the building in the middle has some columns. If you can see, in the middle of Bonesaw's clawed, outstretched hand, there are some columns, and a little bit of swirlies above the columns. That's like Roman design work there. In the far top left corner, there's a building that's sort of, well, I got that from Akira, basically. So, and then, well, there's a building that's in the like mid-ground, and that one is blue. And then there's another building with these like spire formations, and it has these like deep green windows. And then next to that is, in the middle, right behind Bonesaw, there's a hotel sort of building, because there's a lot of individual small windows, and they appear to have drapes in them. And then in the top room, there's these doors that have been flung open because there's this person standing there, and they're like, whoa! And there's this crowd of people at the edge of the railing at the building, because they've all crowded around because they're seeing a gigantic battle for the first time, and they're like, oh, we can't run away, we gotta watch this carnage. And then, I guess moving clockwise around the edge of the drawing, there's a group of, perhaps they're shadows, and they're sneaking their way down the side of the building there, while the Sanctum crew is distracted, perhaps. And there's a couple more buildings, because there's a street leading back, and on the street there's like a motorcyclist taking advantage of the empty streets, the cleared out streets. So it's circling the corner there. So that's all for now. Thanks for checking out my artwork, and I'm excited to see where like the series goes, because I'd like to make more. I have some more ideas, so I'll keep you updated. Bye.